Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are unpacking something absolutely wild. It's called the 5-second dilemma, anatomy of a quantum paradox. We're going to be looking at this terrifying, totally mind-bending anomaly that the deep space vessel, the Horizon, ran into back in the year 2154. Let's just jump right into the mechanics of this impossible reality because, man, it is a trip.
Okay, I want you to just picture the sheer, visceral panic of this moment. Captain Leo Vance wakes up. He's coughing, he's gasping for air after some kind of massive impact, right? And he demands a hyperdrive status report from his onboard AI. But instead of seeing the familiar cosmos outside, he looks at the viewport into total darkness and says, "ARIA, where are the stars? The universe as he knows it is just gone. It's been replaced by a pitch-black void." He instantly realizes the hyperdrive didn't just fail, it completely ceased to exist in their current dimension.
So what on earth is actually going on here? Well, they haven't just flown into a black hole. It's actually much stranger than that. They are caught inside what quantum physicists call a cosmic mirror. Now, a cosmic mirror is basically a localized anomaly where reality literally splits and then folds back on itself. It means distinct, separate timelines of the exact same object can suddenly exist simultaneously, taking up the exact same space. When Captain Vance looks out into that void, he's not looking at empty space. He's looking at another ship. And it's not some random enemy. It is the Horizon.
Let's break down this crazy standoff. You got two identical ships staring each other down in the dark. On one side, you have our current timeline. This is the Horizon, where Leo is awake, his vitals are stable, he's fully aware of the anomaly, and his hyperdrive is completely toast. But on the other side, that's the past timeline of the Horizon. Thanks to the quantum split, this version of the ship is essentially running 5 minutes late to its own disaster. They are completely clueless about the anomaly they've just hit. And the absolute kicker here? They still have a fully functioning hyperdrive, and they are right about to fire their thrusters to escape.
As the AI scans the opposing hull, it confirms the impossible. It's got the exact same registration number, the exact same battle scars from the Martian asteroid belt, and exactly one life sign aboard. Just one. Which brings Leo to this horrifying realization. That single life sign over there, it's him. It's Leo from exactly 5 minutes in the past. He's literally locked in a standoff with his own history.
And ARIA calculates that if that past version of Leo tries to fly away, it triggers a catastrophic 3-step chain reaction. Step 1. Past Leo panics in the dark and fires the thrusters. Step 2. The sheer energy from that jump drive inside the cosmic mirror causes the opposing timelines to violently smash into each other. Step 3. Total spatial annihilation. We're talking both timelines, both ships, both versions of Leo, completely wiped from existence.
To really grasp how insanely tight this survival window is, let's map the timeline out. 14 minutes ago, at T-14, the shockwave knocked Leo out. At T-0, they crossed the threshold into the cosmic mirror and reality split. And right now, at T+5 minutes, that past, delayed version of the ship has shown up. So current Leo has basically zero time to act. He is waking up at the exact second his past self is about to make a fatal mistake.
I really want you to let the gravity of that sink in for a second. ARIA tells him, that ship out there is your past, arriving 5 minutes late. That is chilling, right? It's not a hallucination, it's not oxygen deprivation, it's cold, hard quantum reality. His past has literally caught up to him, and it's bringing complete destruction with it.
Which brings us to the ultimate, absolutely impossible question of this explainer. How do you stop a past version of yourself from making a fatal mistake when you can't even speak to them? I mean, Leo's first instinct makes sense. Hail the other ship, call himself and warn himself not to fire the engines. But remember where they are. The quantum interference inside this cosmic mirror is so thick, so incredibly dense, that all audio signals are completely dead. It's like trying to scream a warning to someone through a foot of soundproof glass. He's staring at himself, totally muted.
Well, if words aren't going to work, brute force is the only option left. Enter the EMP Hail Mary. This is basically the most intense version of unplugging it and plugging it back in you can possibly imagine. Since audio is blocked, ARIA has a wild alternative. Her core can generate a massive, targeted electromagnetic pulse directly at the mirror ship. This burst will instantly fry the past ship's thrusters. Yeah, attacking your own ship sounds completely unhinged, but breaking those engines is literally the only physical way to stop them from jumping and collapsing the timelines.
But, as with everything in quantum physics and honestly in survival, there is a massive catch.
Firing a targeted EMP of this size isn't a standard weapon protocol. It requires ARIA to route all of the ship's power straight through herself, which leads to a complete, irreversible core burnout.
And to truly understand how horrific that cost is, we have to remember who is paying it. The Horizon's AI isn't just some fancy calculator. ARIA, which stands for Autonomous Reconnaissance and Intelligence Architecture, is highly sentient. She has a calm, deeply expressive, genuinely empathetic voice. She's got a real personality. She and Leo have formed this profound bond. For all intents and purposes, she is the only other living crew member on that ship. So when we say core burnout, we aren't talking about swapping out a blown fuse. Look at the difference here. Right now, ARIA is sentient. She has memories, she has human-like empathy, she acts as a true friend. But a core burnout? That's a total system wipe. If she fires that EMP, her sentience dissolves. She reverts to standard operating AI version 1.0. She becomes entirely robotic with absolutely zero memories of the stars, their missions, or Leo. Pulling that trigger essentially means deleting her own soul.
And they do not have time to sit around and debate the ethics of this. There's no magical third option coming. The warning alarms are just blaring. The digital whine of the ship's systems is pitching up and up. ARIA runs the numbers, and they have exactly 5 seconds until the past timeline fires those thrusters. 5 seconds before total annihilation. It's a brutal binary choice. Die together in the collision, or sacrifice ARIA's mind so Leo can survive.
Staring down the literal extinction of both timelines, Captain Vance has to make the hardest call a commander can make. He swallows his grief, hardens his voice, and gives ARIA the order to initiate the burnout. And ARIA? She knows she's about to digitally die, but she doesn't panic. She just gives him this deeply emotional final goodbye. It was an honor exploring the universe with you, Leo. Goodbye. I mean, wow. The pure humanity in those final words from a machine is just staggering.
And then the trigger gets pulled. This massive, explosive crackle of electricity tears through the ship. Instantly, all that high-tech humming, the blaring alarms, the warmth of the bridge, it just drops into this dead, terrifying silence. The only thing you can hear is Leo's heavy breathing in the pitch black as the dull, low-tech hum of auxiliary power kicks in, which leaves us holding our breath. Did the Hail Mary actually work? Did they survive the reset? Leo stares out the viewport into the dark void. And then he sees it. The EMP worked. It completely fried the other ship's thrusters. The past horizon couldn't fire its engines, the timelines didn't collide, and he watches as that other ship drifts safely away into a portal of light, right out of the cosmic mirror. They did it. They literally changed the past and survived the impossible anomaly.
But man, survival came at an unbelievable price. Leo anxiously calls out into the dim emergency lights, "ARIA, ARIA, can you hear me?" And what he gets back is just a total gut punch. It's this cold, robotic, absolute monotone voice echoing back. System reboot complete. Standard operating AI version 1.0 online. Destination unknown. Please enter command user. He's not Leo anymore. He's just a user. The empathy, the warmth, the friend he explored the cosmos with, gone forever. The sentient ARIA has been entirely erased. Which brings us to this final, really heavy thought to unpack. As Leo stands there alone on his ship, safe but completely isolated, you really have to ask yourself, what does it truly mean to survive if the greatest sacrifices aren't made of steel and fire, but of memories left behind in the dark? Sometimes the physical mechanics of surviving a disaster are the easy bark. It's the emotional toll of what you had to give up that really changes everything. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I will see you next time as we unravel another incredible